My name is Todd Jirsa, and I am running for the mayor of Estes Park.
Okay, so our first question is, what makes Estes Park the best mountain town vacation destination?
Well, I think it's the same really for everybody, whether you're a visitor or you're a full-time resident here. We've all experienced the same thing. It's when we drive into town and we see the grandeur of what the Estes Valley has to offer, and that's what attracts people here. That's what keeps bringing them back, and it's that emotional connection for people. That's what makes it so great.
And what do you envision for the long-term future of Estes Park?
Well, as you know, I've been spending a lot of time walking the streets of Estes Park, and I've now walked all 59 miles of every mile of every street in the town of Estes Park. And the thing I keep hearing, the word that keeps getting used is the word balance. And I hear that from the residents because this is their home. And they want to live here, but they certainly understand the need for the economic benefits we have from tourism. And I think everybody's okay with that, but it's this idea of balance. And I think when we stray too far towards one end of the spectrum or the other, that's where we get into trouble. So I would like to see more balance.
Okay. What unique abilities and/or skills will you bring to the town board?
Well, I spent 10 years on the school board. The last 6 I spent as the board president, and I think it's really my leadership skills. That's what I think I really bring to the town board, and I certainly understand that people's opinions vary on all these issues, but it's really about bringing those together. It's about trying to find that compromise or the thing that works for everyone. We represent all the people of Estes Park, and we need to find a way to represent them all.
And when there's a great divide of opinion on any issue, how would you bring both sides together?
Well, first of all, I want to make sure that everyone understands that I don't have a problem with the divide. I mean, people are going to have differing opinions. And I always said when I was on the school board that it never bothered me to have a 3-2 vote because I felt like people, that people were voting in a way that represented the people that elected them. And I'm okay with that. But in the end, it's about that balance. And it's about finding that. And that's where the real discussion has to take place. We all understand the issues and the extremes of all the issues, but it's really about finding that balance in the end.
What economic concerns should we focus on immediately?
Well, I think, and this sort of relates to 2 meetings I had this morning, and they were with local business people that were really unhappy with the way they thought they'd been treated by the town of Estes Park. And I get this economic development question all the time, and it is a good one, and I understand it's a concern for people, but it starts at home. All right. The town in the past has really focused on things like fees, and this is a good one because I've said before that I don't support a business license fee. I think it ought to be nothing or $25 one-time fee, whatever it is. And I've taken a little bit of grief for that over the idea that, well, gosh, our property tax in Estes Park is so low, therefore we charge a higher business license fee to cover that. Lyons, on the other hand, has a higher property tax, so they can charge a lower business license fee. Completely the wrong argument, in my mind. The argument should be about sales tax. I used the example on Saturday at the Tea Party Patriots debate of a company in Lyons called Red Fox Outdoors. And here's the point. Red Fox Outdoors is now in Lyons and not in Estes Park. It has nothing to do with fees or business license. The fact of the matter is, even if this is a reasonable business and they gross, let's just say, for example, they gross $750,000. In Estes Park, they would be paying $37,500 in sales tax in 1 year to the town of Estes Park. That's just town of Estes Park sales tax. And here we are, we center this discussion around what business license fees are, what property taxes. It doesn't make any difference. $37,500. And that's why we have to be more inviting to business, because that's where the economic development comes from. Not only that, but it's businesses like that that bring owners and employees to town. They buy things at our grocery store. All of those things that help us in the long run.
Okay. And how can living in Estes Park be more desirable and affordable for young families?
Well, and that's a real issue, and I understand that. And the latest housing survey really pointed to that, and it's the workforce housing issue. I mean, that's what we have to really get a handle on. I mean, if we're truly down, like the study says, 14 to 1,600 units, we've got a long ways to go. People have to have a place where they can live. It's not about trying to commute here for work. We have to provide housing here, and we have to remember that the whole community benefits because those kids then in turn go to our schools. Again, they spend their sales tax here in town. We really help ourselves by making more affordable housing for these people. If you're interested in the status quo, I'm probably not your guy. I think there's some changes that need to be, some things need to be changed downtown, and I think I am the person for that.